Hello, everyone. Matt Clark, research analyst for Money Markets here with your Bull and Bear podcast. If you haven't already, make sure you do subscribe to our YouTube channel. You're going to find a lot of great features there with Chief Investment Strategist Adam O'Dell, Green Zone Fortunes co-editor Charles Sizemore, and myself each and every week. Also, check out moneyandmarkets.com. That's your home for safe, sound, smart, simple, profitable investment information to boost your portfolio. You can set up your own watch list of stocks. You can also track their Green Zone ratings performance. You can do all that for free, all at moneyandmarkets.com. And don't forget about our premium investment services, is Green Zone Fortunes. Adam, Charles, myself, and our entire team work very hard to give you in-depth analysis and those stocks that we feel like are going to break the market wide open. We'll put up a little link there. You can find out more about joining Green Zone Fortunes. Now, on with today's podcast. From 2020 to 2021, there was really one sector of the market that had everyone's attention. Investors just couldn't wait to buy up as much stock in this sector as they could. But then in 2021, things actually changed, and it had nothing really to do with the sector itself. Hopes were high that legislation in Congress was going to infuse billions of dollars in cash and tax credits into solar power and renewable energy as a way to fend off dependence for fossil fuels. Makes sense. The future did look bright, and I did intend the pun there. Then Congress, as it often does, got in the way, and renewable energy stocks paid the price. However, things are starting to change. And today, in this episode of The Bull and the Bear, I'm going to tell you that despite facing headwinds, solar renewable energy is starting to surge ahead. Now, more importantly, I'm going to share with you a way you can profit from this new trend. Now, as momentum for the Build Back Better plan, if you don't know what this is President Joe Biden's landmark infrastructure bill that was going to infuse cash across a lot of different sectors of the market. It gained a lot of steam. And so did solar stocks. Now, the momentum faded as support for the plan waned in Congress. But now solar, along with other renewable energies, are starting to mount a strong comeback. The Ardor Solar Energy Index is a cap-weighted index of some of the most prominent solar energy stocks in the world. It had a massive 476% jump in value from April 2020 to January of 2021. This index paired off those gains as Joe Biden's Build Back Better plan failed to win consensus in Congress. Now, its rise and fall, the index is starting to make a comeback, and solar power and renewable energy are starting to come back into the fold, and investors are trying to find strong value in those stocks. Now, to get to where we are now, we have to look at how the solar sector has grown. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, the U.S. generated about 493 million kilowatt hours of solar power in 2000. Now, by 2020, that generation exploded to 90.8 billion kilowatt hours of power from solar. That's an 18,336% increase in just 2 decades. Now, as solar became residential, which means that it wasn't just mass solar panels located out in the desert, but you could actually put solar panels on the roofs of your house. It was basically scaled much smaller. Popularity for solar actually grew. And of course, government tax breaks on solar installation didn't hurt either. Now that we've seen where we were, let's see where we're going. In 2019, there's about 633.7 gigawatts of solar voltaic, I'll pronounce that right, installations around the world. Generally speaking, 1 gigawatt of energy can power roughly 750,000 homes. So even 633.7 gigawatts is a pretty good amount of power. That could power about 475 million homes worldwide, give or take. Of course, it always varies, and there's ups and downs in terms of what that is, but we'll just use that as kind of a mean range. Now, fast forward to 2024, and Solar Power Europe projects that worldwide solar PV installations will reach 1,427.75 gigawatts. That powers a little more than 1 billion homes. So we can have enough solar energy to power half of the world's homes. Pretty impressive and remarkable when you think about it. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't at least mention the fact that recent geopolitical issues regarding Russia and oil and gas, they're putting pressure on the world market to move ahead with more renewable energy options like solar and wind. So to kind of reverse that dependence on outside sources of oil and gas, the idea is to use renewable energy so you can kind of generate your own power. It's kind of what we look at here in the US. Instead of reliance more on OPEC and a little less on Russia, we want to see more how we can depend on ourselves for power. And renewable energy is a quick way to make that happen. Now, The best way to expand to capitalize on this expanding megatrend, in my view, is to find an exchange traded fund or an ETF that holds some of the world's biggest and most predominant solar energy players. These are companies that could produce components to those that actually install and integrate solar power. And for that, I found the Global X Solar Power ETF. It trades on the New York Stock Exchange, and its ticker is RAYS, or RAYS. The ETF invests in global growth and value stocks of companies with various market caps. Some of the biggest holdings include SolarEdge Technologies, which trades under EDG. Then you have Enphase Energy, which trades under ENPH. And then you have Dayquo New Energy Corp, which trades on the ticker DQ. And the stock faced a really nice run up at the end of 2021. However, as Biden's Build Back Better plan was resisted in Congress, investors started to pull out, and the ETF lost about 34% from October 2021 to February of 2022. But in the last 15 days, the RAYS ETF has started to rebound and gain back 16% of its value in just a short amount of time. It indicates that the ETF could reach resistance levels of about $23.50 in short order. That's a 7% gain from its current level. And if it breaks through that, even bigger gains are in store. Now, regardless, solar and renewable energy are going to be a big part of our future, and tax breaks are not. It doesn't really matter. We're pivoting that way. We're not necessarily going to get rid of oil and gas, but we are going to try to even the scales a little bit more. Now, on that note, Adam and the rest of our team has just finished putting the final touches on something that highlights the largest untapped energy source in the world. The source is worth trillions of dollars, and it makes massive oil fields like the Guar oil fields look tiny by comparison. It's a breakthrough that's going to turn the global energy market on its head. We're going to put a link up in our YouTube video so you can click more and find out more about this massive mega trend and how you can profit from it. So in recap, the RAYS ETF, RAYS, is a great way to break in to the solar market for investing. Now, let's look at the results of our most recent poll question. Last week's question on our YouTube channel, we asked, what specific market segments were you bullish on right now? 34% of you said that you were most bullish on renewable energy. How nice that fits into today's topic. Another 27% said you were eyeing the broad tech industry with tensions in Eastern Europe. It's really not a surprise that 15% said they were bullish on defense, and 11% said finance was what they were looking at. We also asked for viewers to expand on that, and here's what some of them said. Fabian said now, cybersecurity, defense, and longer-term U.S. top-tier cannabis. That warms my heart, Fabian. Thank you so much. Jim added, very bullish on biotech. DNA sequencing will change the world forever, and we agree, and we have done so in our Green Zone Fortune service, and you want to be a part of that. Again, we got a link up top. We'll let you in on Green Zone Fortunes. And Robert finally said, renewable energy and tech, we win. Couldn't agree with you more. Thank you to everyone who took part in our weekly poll. Remember, you can vote in our weekly poll on our YouTube page. Just go to our YouTube page, go to our YouTube channel under Money and Markets, and you can look under the community tab, and you'll find our most recent poll question. If you have a question about any particular stock or maybe a broader sector that you'd like myself, Adam, or Charles to take a look at, we would love to do that. You can email us. Our email address is feedback@moneyandmarkets.com. We'll flash that down below, or you can comment below on our YouTube page, on any one of our videos. So you can either comment below on YouTube or email us at feedback@moneyandmarkets.com. If we use your question, and if you send a question and we use it, we're going to hook you up with some free Money and Markets gear like t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, all sorts of good stuff. We will get that all lined out for you. Also, head over to moneymarkets.com, sign up for our free daily e-letter. In it, we give you safe, sound, smart, simple, profitable investment information in your inbox, delivered to you for free 7 days a week. And while you're there, you can check out our proprietary Green Zone rating system. You can use our metrics to find the ratings of thousands of stocks out there on the market. Just go to our website. Again, it's moneyandmarkets.com. Up in the top right-hand corner, you'll see a little search bar. Type in any ticker or company, and it'll pull up Green Zone ratings. You'll see how it's broken down by metrics, its overall score. You'll see stock charts, fundamental data, any content that we have related to that. It's a great way to start researching your next big investment. You can set up a watch list of some stocks you want to watch. You can track their Green Zone ratings. You can do all that for free at moneyandmarkets.com. Oh, again, did I forget to mention it was free? That's all for me this week. Until next time, this is Money Markets research analyst and host of the Bull the Bear, Matt Clark, wishing everyone safe trading.